Greetings Space Cadets, this is Lonely Spaceman and today I'm talking to Necro from the Unkind. How are you doing?
I'm well, how are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
That's good.
This is one of my first ever interviews and this is one of Necro's first ever interviews as well, so this should go down pretty well. Now, for anyone who doesn't know much about the Unkind, explain yourself.
Alright, we are a horror punk band based in Melbourne, basically. Blood and stage theatrics, all inclusive.
Which?
Right? Yeah, just basically built in high energy music and just a bit of a show as well.
What kind of reactions do you get from people when you go out looking like that?
There's a lot of mixed reactions, but obviously, when I'm driving to a gig, there's a couple of people that are a little frightened from the idea. But
so you do it at home and then you do drive in?
Unfortunately, we're not big rock stars where we have our own dressing rooms before a set. So, yeah, it has to be done before a gig. But look, generally the reaction is positive, and I think sometimes through some gigs, like there's been a couple of venues that we've played where the image purely has attracted people to watch, and that's purely what it's about. And there's a couple of we have done venues which have been emptied, and then because of our image, that curiosity has brought people to the stage, and that's what we wanted to do. That's what we're trying to do, because we need to get people to the venues, we need to get people into the bands, and that's the whole point of it. So
yeah, how long have you guys been doing it?
The Unkind, well, okay, there's been a lot of false starts, but the band as it is has been together for probably about 3 years now.
3 years?
This is its third year, I would say.
And you guys pump it hard. I mean, you're always doing gigs. I see that you're always going out. Doesn't matter what the size of the venue is. Yet another reason why you're one of the first people to actually be part of this, because you do everything you possibly can, and that's
because it needs to be done. I mean, I think in this in the local live scene at the moment, it needs to be done. I figured this goes partly with the history of forming the Unkind, was this thing, if people see it enough, then eventually it's going to draw attention, and stuff like the image of the band, little points like in the actual logo of the Unkind, you see that the K is prominent. It's kind of like you got the Metallica symbol with the M and the A, the Kiss with the two lightning S's. That's what it's about. It's about these points of recognition.
I mean, we've got all these great, brilliant bands tightening up, getting together, working their way through. They're finding it very hard to just get people in the pubs. It's a lot of people are saying, you hear it on radio, you hear some of the professionals all saying the exact same thing. So it's not just the new bands who can't pull anyone, but it's more like a case of the whole scene has changed.
The whole scene has changed.
What do you think?
I can remember in playing some bands about 10 years ago where we didn't do a gig with less than 50 to 150 people.
Oh, wow.
It was kind of hard to get. You played the occasional empty venue, but you didn't. There's some of the bands I've played in that were like you drew because people were just going out watching local bands. I believe the problem is bigger than just some shit karaoke show on TV. So they are karaoke.
Yeah.
They can't really do anything else.
We all agree.
Because Australia's Got Talent is still about singers. No one else makes it through but singers. And dancers.
And not people who write their own music, but that's it. They're just singers. There's no creative or art.
But like you'd think even with a show like that, you'd think Got Talent would mean talent of any sort, but it's not. Anyway, that's another conversation with about 3 hours worth of talk, which I don't know. The other thing I think is the problem is, okay, you go to the US and local bands are supported by their people. American is best. You go to London English is best. You go to Europe, any of those countries, they support their own. I mean, I was in Europe 9 months ago and there was no American influence whatsoever. Their local artists were being supported over. Sure, you saw the occasional clip of Lady Gaga or whatever. Yeah. But they supported their own. In Australia, foreign is best.
Yeah.
Australian is
I'll agree with that. I haven't heard that, but that's a good way to explain it. So if someone was to turn up to one of your shows, besides for the obvious get-up that you say, what else do you try to portray on stage? Like, what's your energy?
Oh, the energy is, we try and keep it high, so there's not really, I mean, we are musicians as well. And we do work on, you know, we do work on some sort of melody as well. There's all hooks and stuff in the bands. I mean, you know, I guess between us we can all mention bands that we love, and you can see probably those influences through it. The main thing we try and do is make it a show. So, you know, for example, the intro to our set list is a very bad rip-off of Doctor Who, which we do just because I thought it was really kind of old to go, hey, with this band, how you going? I figured let's just go straight into it, and then it creates that energy. So by the time we break into our first song, which is usually a song called Edge, nothing sophisticated about that.
Has that been going on since? Is that the same one that I used to see you play all the
time?
Yeah, because that was actually really cool. So any new albums coming up?
Our stuff is available on iTunes. If you look at the Unkind, I think the title's available.
And they're live performances, aren't they?
No, they're recorded.
They're recorded,
yeah. We are in the process of doing recordings and probably re-recordings of some of our older stuff, which you've probably heard. And then we may press something at some point, but the main thing is getting the music out there. So what we do is we use YouTube a lot, we use iTunes a lot, and we do it that way. Like I said, I think physical medium is something that I feel that as much as I love it, and I'm a big vinyl collector and all that kind of stuff, but I'm just going with what's happening rather than what I prefer.
Yeah.
I think that the hard medium is phasing out to a degree because a lot of people download it, so we try and push that avenue to death. Yeah, there will be a hard pressing. I don't know when it's going to happen. When we get our songs done and they're sounding to the point where we want them to sound.
Yeah.
You know. So.
Thanks, Necrolis. Yes, you've been watching The Lonely Spaceman, and this is Necrolis from the Unkind. As you can see, there's something good to see here, and the band is extremely tight. They're well, they're just, in all honesty, they're out there. They're plugging it every week. They're doing everything they possibly can. They are one of the true bands that are working their hardest to make it through the Melbourne music scene, so if you appreciate live music and you appreciate music in general, the Unkind are the ones to go for. Thanks again, man.
Thank you.
Now, you're going to play a song.
Yes.
So, alright, we'll, what song are you going to play for us?
I was sizing that up. I think I'll play a song called Battle of Los Angeles, which you've heard before. Yeah.
So I'm going to get out of your hair and I'm going to let you set up.
Welcome to the Battle of Los Angeles. Whoa. Welcome to the Battle of Los Angeles. Whoa. Darkness, terror hits the night. Long bells that are ringing, the lights are in the sky. Panic hits the country, the end completely.